Hey, how's it going? My name is FTC. Today we're going to be playing Fire Emblem, Path of Radiance. Where we last left off, we were listening to Mist sing her little song. Mist? That's a song. But the melody's a little different, isn't it? It's similar to the song Raisin and Leanne sang in the forest. My mother used to sing it as a lullaby. It is a song of release. The one that Lilia entrusted to Elena. But I wore the medallion and sang that song almost every single night, and nothing ever happened. The magical effect of the song is awakened by the power of the singer. It can't be unleashed by just anybody. The true song of release can only be sung by a girl named Altina. Lilia wanted your mother to take the melody to Altina and return to the medallion into its rightful place in Sereni's forest. The story is becoming clearer and clearer. My father fled Dain to protect my mother, who was carrying the amulets. Ike, how did you know? Volk told me. He told me about my father's past in the amulet and the Dark God, too. So you knew everything? King Ashnar took Lilia, didn't he? That would be the final piece of the puzzle. After all, the man who found my father was the king's henchman. Ike, are you saying that you know who killed Commander Grail? You never said anything about that. We all thought his murder was unknown. Why didn't you say anything? I don't know. I never felt like talking about it. He was a Dane soldier, wasn't he? Who was he? Who was the man who killed the Commander Grail? Ike, tell me! Can we discuss this later? Yes, of course. Up to the point we've been fighting for the liberation of Crimea. Even if we now add to the stopping of the Dark God from being released and the punishing Commander Grail's killer. Our enemy remains unchanged. King Dain and his henchmen are the ones we must defeat. It's mysterious, isn't it? I mean, Raisin said all the same thing earlier, but could all of this really be more coincidence? The fall of Crimea, Ike's parents, the death of Raisin's sister, the fact that everything leads back to Dain. If true, it changes the meaning behind the war. It changes the meaning behind the war. The treatment of Lilia is one thing, but the assassination of the former apostle, the framing of the destruction of my nation. If it was all part of Dane's plan to steal the medallion in the song, then then the reason I fight. So it was basically pissed off at the humans for nothing. Wow. I had a friend that was pissed off at humans, and he was a human being. He said humans are so evil. I'll never get that guy. Oh. If that's the decision you've reached, we'll respect comply. If we might quickly know that someone's protecting our backs, it would be a huge relief. As you wish. May fortunes of war be with the Crimean army. If you have need, soldiers send word, we'll move out at top speed. I'll be counting on it. I guess we're gonna take someone's word and go by ourselves. The information gathered at Palmia Temple leads Ike to even closer to the hidden truths behind the war. The assassination of the beginning's former apostle led to the massacre of Serenes. A Serene princess was kidnapped, the medallion was stolen. The complex schemes seemed to connect these events, and now the threads have become clearer and cleaner. Ashnard's motives are still a mystery, but his silhouette lurks in the shadows of all that happens. Ike returns from the temple and renounces all rights to the rule of Dain. Those rights are passed through the General Zagilus and the beginning of the Apostle herself. The Crimean army absorbs another troop from Begin, and with its might increased, marches on the Dain-Crimean border. The next goal is the River Bridge, a massive structure that connects two countries. Okay. I believe once I get to the bridge, that is as far as I've ever gotten in the game. I have never gotten farther than the bridge, I believe. Like when I was a kid, this is as far as I got. The Great Bridge. As I'm saying this before, I don't know what goes on. And the thing is, I'm just reading this story. It's kind of like, wow, like, just because I never understood the story until now. Like, yeah. Anyway. My Lord Ike, may I have a moment? Of course, what is it? The soldiers say that tomorrow we'll be able to see the Great Bridge. Once we cross it, we'll be in Crimea. That's what I've been told. If feels like I've been away for many years. Crimea is the land where I was born and raised. I feel so removed for it. I feel now at the late juncture that I know almost nothing of my own country. It's an unreal experience. I know what you mean. I don't have a sense of whether we're on the brink of being back in Crimea either. I don't even remember the area at all. Maybe it's because I was born in Galia and raised in the countryside. The countries are joined together like this all over the continent. I'm really all of it. So am I. For one, for who I knew nothing of life outside the royal villa, everything is so very big. Big? I guess you're right. When we left Crimea, it was spring. The snows were melting. The days were getting longer, and the weather was mild. It's been almost a year since we departed. Only a year, but the distance we've traveled to get here has been long and hard. It feels like many years has passed us. And that this is the land where I was born and raised. On the playground is where I spent most of my days, chilling out, maxing the planes. Okay, I'm not gonna do the whole Will Smith thing, but yeah. Ah, my dear, sweet Crimea, how is it that you feel so far away? For me too, Crimea is my homeland. We're almost there. Let's go home. It is as you say, my lord. Let's go home. Oh, what romantic setting. Make it hard to make us appearance. I guess I could just leave you too. Huh? I know that voice. Hey there, Ike. Looks like we stayed alive long enough to be reunited. Aren't we the lucky ones? Ranulf! My lord Ranulf, how nice to see you. My princess is here. Welcome home. I couldn't see you by the tail that makes it look silly. What are you so damn chipper about? Once I heard the news of the Crimean army had taken the dang capital, I went all this way to greet you. How things go in Galia? You're not engaged with the hospitalities with Dane, are you? Not yet. What is that supposed to mean? In the light of your army's success, the elders have finally agreed on something. Galia will lend its full support to Princess Camilla's efforts to liberate her homeland. It's a done deal. Really? So, this Galia's army is we're going to establish communications within the created a unit for. That being said, Galia is here to support you. The Crimean army will always be at the center of the effort. Don't forget that. King Galia is most gracious. The posture will allow Crimea to lay claim to any victories we achieve. Don't say things like that. I'm shocked that you would understand such subtleties. Who are you, and what have you done with Ike? I don't believe that you have the right to speak to me like that. Kidding. Actually, Soren just lectured me on the same situation we received reinforcements from Begin. Of course, well, you were tutored by your nervous little staff officer. Now I get it. He hasn't snapped yet. He seems high-strung. King Caius is always thinking of Crimea, isn't he? How can I ever repay him? Princess, let's win your country back. When that is done, please rebuild the bonds of friendship between our nations. That would be the ultimate way to say thank you, wouldn't it? Yes, of course. I'd like to report the results of our last battle. Okay. There were no deaths and no injuries. Beyond our capabilities to heal, everyone performed exceedingly well. That's all. By your leave, I will excuse myself. I can support, huh? I may gain some support from them. Do you have a moment, Prince Rayson? Oh, you're the Apostles. Yes, your highness. My name is Tanith, and I lead Beginning's Holy Garden to Pegasus Knights. What brings you here? I want to let you know the Apostles ordered me to keep you safe. She's quite sincere and desire to help. She sees revenge. Blah 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 blah. I'm gonna just read it quickly. Crud. You know what's crud. I mean, don't you respect your highness, but even the youngest child in Begin knows the Enclave Aber's fighting. If you refuse to fight, how will you protect yourself? That's my own concern, not yours. I beg to differ. I am under imperial orders. I cannot abandon my duty, and so your safety is very much my concern. Or no, why am I talking like that? No. Your bureaucratic orders do not affect me. I wasted enough time with you. Now excuse me. His body seems so frail, but his will is strong. He's not going to make it easy for me to protect him. What am I to do? I guess I haven't had my units moved together in a long time. Oh, it's Soren. This is 3-star. Soren, are you in here? Yes. Ike, it's late. What do you want? Shh. Ike. Oh no, how strange. I was sure you'd come this way. Yoo-hoo! That voice. It's a woman from the item shop, isn't it? Commander Ike, where have you gone?